Hi dear students, welcome back to the next part of relations and functions. In the previous class, what we have discussed is the concept of functions, and also we have discussed types of functions. We will be having two types. One is one and another one is onto. One is also called as injective, onto is also called as surjective. If the function is both one and onto, it is called as bijective function. And we also solved a couple of examples. If you haven't watched the video, please go and watch the previous video, otherwise you will not able to understand anything in today's class. Okay, well, let's continue with the questions we were solving yesterday. I have taken some of the questions from the exercise so that it will help you. See, the next question is, show that the modulus function f from r to r, f of x equal to mod x, is neither 1 nor onto. Yeah. So to make you understand conceptually, I'll just take two sets with real numbers. Why real numbers? Because they have given domain and codomain, both are real numbers. If I take x as 0, see, the function is f of x equal to mod x, right? So if I take 0, it will be connected to 0, isn't it? If I take 1, let's say, it will be connected to 1. What if I take minus 1? It will be connected to 1. Yes or no? If I take 2, it will be connected to 2. If I take minus 2, mod of minus 2 will be plus 2. I hope you are understanding. This is actually the function of the work of modulus function. Now we have to see that easily. I can, by seeing the arrow diagram, I can easily say that, see, plus 1 is also connected to 1, minus 1 is also connected to 1. So that violates 1, isn't it? So how to write in the answer? For 1, we write f of 1 answer mod of 1, which is 1, f of minus 1 answer mod of minus 1, which is again 1. So f of 1 answer, f of minus 1 answer, both are coming as 1 only. So both are connected to 1 only. So therefore f is not 1. This is how we write in the exam. You don't need to draw this diagram, but for your conceptual understanding, I just draw that. So now, onto. What do you mean by onto? There should not be any element left here. But remember, this is a real number set. In here, this is a real number set. So I'll be having minus 1, minus 2, and all negative numbers. And remember, the basic work of mod function is to make all numbers as all numbers in the real set to positive. Then what about the negative numbers in the codomain? They all will be left alone. There will be no connection for them, right? So yeah, we will write the same sentence again. Minus 1 belongs to R, but it belongs to which R? Codomain. Codomain. But there does not exist any element L in domain such that f of x is equal to minus 1. Andre minus 1 answer ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನಗಿಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ x ಸಿಕ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So therefore f is not onto. So see, they also told me to prove neither 1 nor onto. So it is not 1, not onto. Please take the screenshot. Well, dear students, we'll take next question. Show that signum function, it is not singam, okay, it's signum. Signum function f from r to r given by, you have already studied this function in first year, isn't it? Yeah. If I tell you to draw the graph of this one, what it looks like, you can pause the video and you can draw it by yourself. Well, if I draw the graph of this one, that looks like this. One, two, three, 4, minus 1, minus 2, 1, 2, 1, minus 1, minus 2. So see, if you take x equal to 0, answer will be 0. If you take any number greater than 0, answer will be always 1. So if I start very next to 1, I'll just put a open here because at 0 it is 0. This will like this, because you take any values greater than 0, answer will be always 1 only. That's what they're saying. If you take any value less than 0 means this side. If you take any value less than 0 for x, your answer will be minus 1. So y will be minus 1. So again I'll put an open here because at 0 it is 0. So this will be like this. So this is what the graph of this function. Okay. So now let's check for 1, 1 and onto. So just tell me, if I in the place of x, if I take f of 1, as you can see 1 is greater than 0, so answer will be 1, isn't it? If I take f of 2, again x is greater than 0 because I have taken 2, right? So answer will be 1 only. So you can easily say that f of 1 answer and f of 2 answer both are coming as 1 only. Not only 1 and 2, you take any values greater than 0, answer will be always 1 only, right? So therefore you can say f is not 1, 1. F is not 1, 1. And one more thing, for onto, just see, other than these three values, we will not get any other answers. Yes or no? You take x whatever you want. You can take either positive numbers, negative numbers, 0. Your answers will be either minus 1, 0 and 1. Other than that, you will not get any answers. Then what about the rest of the numbers? Because it is a real number set, right? So rest of the numbers are all empty. Empty in the sense they have no connections. So we'll pick any one number. I'll take 2. Well, 2 belongs to a real number. Which real number? Codomain. And the sentence repeats the same. 2 belongs to R, which is codomain, but there does not exist any element in domain such that f of x is equal to 2. Therefore f is not onto. It's very simple, my dear friends. This question comes for 2 marks in the exam. Please pause the video to note it down. Well, the next question is, I have two sets, a and b, and I have a function from a to b. Okay, this is a function from a to b. Yeah, so we need to check whether it is 1, 1 and onto. We need to check 1, 1 and onto. Okay. Well, so what we'll do, we'll simply write the sets in arrow diagram. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 is connected to 4, 2 is connected to 5, and 3 is connected to 6. Now tell me, just by looking into the figure, just by looking into the diagram, arrow diagram, can you say it's 1, 1? Very good, it's 1, 1 because all elements have different images, isn't it? So this is 1, 1. Is it onto? No, it is not onto because 7 is having no connections. So this is not onto because 7 is left empty, which has no connections. So this is one question. It was there in the exercise, so I picked it up. Pause the video to note it down. Well, let's take the next question. F is from R to R. F of x is equal to 1 plus x square. Check for 1, 1 and onto. So whenever the question with square comes, I always go with arrow diagram. So what is that? I will take a real number here and real number here. And I can choose any number I want because it's a real number, no? If I take 0, let's say. If I put 0 here, 1 plus 0 square, that will be 1. So this will be connected to 1. Okay. If I take 1, let's say, if I take, okay, plus 1. Okay, let me take minus 1 here. If I take minus 1, what will happen? Minus 1 square is plus 1, 1 plus 1, 2. So this will be connected to 2. What if I take plus 1? 1 square, that is 1, 1 plus 1, 2. See, we got a problem here. What the problem is? Minus 1 and plus 1 both are connected to 2 itself, right? So we can write in the answer. What we can write? For 1, 1, I will write f of 1 answer is 1 plus 1 square, which is 1 plus 1, 2. f of minus 1 answer, 1 plus minus 1 square, that is 1 plus 1 again, which is 2. So f of 1 answer, f of minus 1 answer, both are coming 2. Therefore f is not 1 1. F is not 1. This is one of the way to write in the exam. And onto. So how to check onto now? You can see, my dear friends, since it's a square function, you give any negative number also, that will in turn become positive, isn't it? So positive plus positive will be always positive number. So all the negative numbers in this codomain, they will be left unconnected. So therefore we will pick one number. Minus 2 belongs to R, which is codomain. Yes or no? But there does not exist any element in X such that f of x gives me minus 2. So minus 2 will be left alone. It will be having no connections. So therefore f is not onto. I hope your understanding looks easy. No, they are made easy. Well, dear students, we'll take the next question. F from R to R, f of x equal to this one. Check for 1 1 and onto. Well, for this question I am going to use one more method through which we can explain whether 1 1 or onto. Okay, yeah. So first we'll take the first one, that is 1 1 function. So I'll start with this one. What is that? Let f of x1 is equal to f of x2. I already told you this method in the earlier questions, where x1 comma x2 belongs to R. This is domain R. Okay, whenever I say x, that will be always domain. So what is f of x, which is equal to 3 minus 4x? F of x1 will be 3 minus 4x1, which is equal to 3 minus 4x2. Why x1 here? Because we have element as x1. x2 because we have x2 in the function. So now we can see plus 3 and plus 3 cancel each other. We get minus 4x1 equal to minus 4x2. Minus 4 get cancel. We will get x1 equal to x2. Therefore f is 1 1. This is one way of proving 1 1. Now let's go for onto then. Well, in all the previous problems, what I have done is I used arrow diagram and I checked whether any element is left free or not. That was one method which I followed. But in this case I am not going to do that. In this case I am not going to follow that. I'll use one more method. That method is according to the definition of onto, which is given in the NCERT textbook. You can refer that if you want. Well, onto, we start with something like this. I think better let me write here. Okay, I'll write here for onto. We start with let f of x equal to y. We start off with let f of x equal to y. So whenever I say y, this is any element from codomain. Any element from codomain. Always remember, whenever I refer small x, that will be any element from the domain, and whenever I say y, that is any element from codomain. So now f of x, what they have given me is 3 minus 4x, which is equal to y. So now what you have to do is you have to keep only x on this side, the rest on other side. Basically you have to subject the equation to x. See what will happen. X is equal to, let me write step by step so that you can understand, minus 4x equal to y minus 3, isn't it? Now let me multiply with minus sign. So this will be like 4x equal to minus y plus 3, or you can say x equal to minus y plus 3 divided by 4. I hope you're understanding. So now after this one, what we'll do is we'll write now f of x equal to whatever the question they have given me, that is 3 minus 4x. 3 minus 4x. So what we'll do is we just substitute the value of x whatever we got here. You just need to substitute that. So what will get? Minus y plus 3 divided by 4. Now you can see that 4 get cancels each other. I'll be left with 3 minus 3 minus of minus y plus 3. So this is 3 plus y minus 3. Plus 3 minus 3 get cancelled. We will get f of x equal to y. What we'll get is f of x is equal to y. So if you get, let me write here, f of x equal to y. So once we get f of x equal to y, we can say that f is onto. F is onto. So this is one more way of proving any function onto. So you can also use write this question as this way of writing in the answer. So please pause the video to note it down. Well, dear students, I almost solved important questions from the NCERT textbook regarding 1 and onto. So now let's move on to the next concept, that is composite functions. Well, so what do you mean by composite functions? If you have watched my differentiation video, there we have understood what actually a composite function is. Let's discuss now. Even we have differentiated composite functions, but still I'll spend 2-3 minutes on this one. Composite function andre, let's say I have y equal to, let's say, sin x. It is a simple function alva. It is a sine function with we have x as an angle. But consider this one, y is equal to sine of cos x. Sine of cos x. Now you can see here we got two functions. So let me take one more to make you understand a better way. Y equal to sin x into cos x. Well, this is very easy. This is a simple function which is sin x. The second one is sin x into cos x. Means we have two functions with multiplication. This is f of x, let's say this is g of x. We have two functions. Well, in the third case, this is not like this one. What we have here is cos function is coming inside sine function. Here the angle was only x. Here the angle was, we can say angle or we can say domain. Domain for x, domain for sine function was only x. Domain for sine function was x. But in this case, the domain for sine will be cos x. Adu kuda one function ide. So basically what's happening is function is coming inside one more function. For such functions we call them as composite functions. Functions coming inside one more function. Okay, yeah, so that is somewhat the introduction of that. Well, the exact definition according to NCERT textbook is, let's say we have a function f from a to b and one more function g from b to c. Remember, my dear friends, the codomain of function f and the domain of function g must be same always. They must be same always. Then they define a function called as GOF, which is from a to c, defined by GOF, which is equal to g of f of x. This is the definition for composite function. We will be having two functions f and g. The codomain of function f is same as the domain of g. Then we define something called GOF from a to c, defined by GOF, which is equal to g of f of x. So from this we have to solve couple of questions which are somewhat very easy one. Okay, yeah, you can pause the video and you can take down that definition. Well, let's take one simple question. The question says we have two functions c, f and g. See, you can observe one thing here, sorry. So these two are same. Okay, and they have given me some values for function f and function g, and they told me to find GOF. Well, when I said GOF, what does that means? G of f of x. Well, now I need to find GOF, that is g of f of x. As you can see, GOF is defined from where to where? GOF is defined from A to C. That is, sorry, in this case A is 2, 3, 4, 5 and C is 7, 11 and 15. So what you have to do is, in place of x, you need to substitute each values every time and see what you'll get. So I'll start with g of f of, I'll take x as 2 first. Well, now we can see g of f of 2 value will be given in the question itself, that is 3. And we got g of 3. G of 3 is again given in the question, that is g of 3 is equal to g of 4 is equal to 7. So this is your first answer. I have taken x as 2. Now what I'll do? I'll take x as 3. So now f of 3 nodi ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 4 ಅಂತ. So this is g of 4 now. What is g of 4? Which is equal to 7. Well, I'm done with 2, I'm done with 3. Now I'll go with 4 and 5. So g of f of 4. So what is f of 4? F of 4 and f of 5, both answer are 5. So this is nothing but g of 5. In the place of f of 4, I wrote 5. Now g of 5 is 11. So now last, I have done with 4, I'll take 5. F of 5 is equal to g of f of 5 is, f of 5, where is f of 5? F of 5 is here, which is equal to 5. Now g of 5 is again 11. So I am done with all the elements in the domain. Well, now you can observe one thing, dear students, that your answers, whatever the final answers that you will get, see here we got 7, here we got 7, then 11, then 11. These all elements should be from this codomain. Yes or no? We will not get any answer other than from the codomain. So this was a simple question which will be never asked in the exam, but still for conceptual understanding I told it. Well, dear students, the next question is very important question as it is asked many times in the exam. So what is that? Find GOF and fog. We got one more thing, fog now. It was not there in the definition. Yeah, you guessed it right. Fog stands for f of g of x. Okay, so we need to find GOF and fog for the functions f of x equal to cos x and g of x equal to 3x square. And we need to show that both the answers will be different. Well, there is a standard method for this one. So listen carefully. GOF, which stands for g of f of x, isn't it? So now let me write g as it is. F of x is what? Cos x. This is the first step you have to do. This is the first step. F of x, just replace with whatever f of x you have. Now very interesting, you need to understand this point. Yenandre, now I have a function g. I have the function g and we have the function actually here. Well, g of x is equal to 3x square anta ide. Well, if the domain is x, you have to write x here. But in my case, the domain is cos x. The domain is cos x. So what we'll do is, we will write all the constants as it is, only x na change ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ, ಕತೆ ಮುಗ್ದೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ 3 times. In the place of x, I'll write cos x because we have cos x as the domain for x and this is square. So this is 3 cos square x. This is how we get GOF. Now let's see for fog then. So fog is equal to f of g of x. So now let me write f as it is. In the place of g of x, what we have g of x as? 3x square. Isn't it? Yeah, that's the first step. All of you can do that. Now the point again. We have function f. So we will go to function f. Function f says cos of x. Why would they have x here? Because the domain is x. But in my case, the domain is not x. The domain is 3x square. So what I'll do? In this case, I'll just remove x. ಎಕ್ಸನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಟು ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರೆಯೋಣ, ಬಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ 3x² ಇದೆ, ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್ 3x². Now you can see, my dear friends, Goff answer and Fogg answer both are different. So we can write Goff is not equal to Fogg. This is supposed to be a very important question. ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುನಃ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹೋಗಿ try to understand the things, because ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ we have some more questions to be solved. ठीक है, pause the video to note it down. Well, the next question is, again we need to find Goff and Fogg. F of x and g of x is given. So well, let's start. Let's take Goff now. So what do you mean by Goff? Nodi nimge, if you know how to solve it, please pause the video and solve it by yourself. Then you can check your answer with my answer. Or if you're getting stuck, then you can watch the video. So Goff is equal to g of f of x, isn't it? So now let me write g as it is. What is f of x? We have 8x³. This step everyone does that. Well, now I have g function. No? I'll go to g function, and what it says, they say x raised to 1/3 because they have x as the domain, but my case domain is 8x³. So in the place of x I wrote what I have here, then the power as it is. The power as it is. Now we can easily see, my dear friends, this 1/3 is for both 8 as well as x³. So can I write like this one? 8 power 1/3 into x³ power 1/3. Yes or no? Very good. So this is nothing, 1/3 is nothing but cube root. What is that? 1/3 means cube root. So cube root of 8 is, very good, 2. And here 3 get cancel each other. You'll get 2x as your answer. Well, we'll go for Fogg then. So Fogg is equal to f of g of x. So now let me write f as it is. In the place of g of x, we will write x to the power 1/3. So this step is very easy. Now we'll go to function f. Where is f? F is here. So they said 8x³. So I will write 8, but I will not write x because they have x as domain. That's why I written x. But in the domain we have, very good, x raised to 1/3. Then for x they have cube, so I need to write cube. So now, my dear friends, you can see this 3 cancel each other. So we'll be left with 8x as the answer. Again you can see Goff answer and Fogg answer both are different. Please pause the video to note it down. Well, dear students, we have one more question. F of x equal to mod x and g of x equal to mod of 5x minus 2. We need to find Goff and Fogg. For this question, you have to do it by yourself and write your answers in the comment box. I'll be waiting for your answers in the comment box. Well, after this one, we have a concept called inverse of a function. But unfortunately, what happened is CBSE board has removed this concept from the chapter. So I think and I believe that even the Karnataka government is going to remove this concept. So we will not be discussing this concept. After this concept, we have one more thing that is called as binary operations. So we will be seeing the concept of binary operation in the next session. So please solve this question and write the answer in the comment box. Till then, we will see the next one. Okay, bye.